Mary Lennox was sent to live with her uncle at Misselthwaite Manor. Everyone said she was the most unpleasant child they had ever seen. It was true. She had a thin face and a thin body. Her light hair was thin, and she always looked unhappy. Her skin was yellow because she was born in India and was often sick. Her father worked for the English government. He was always busy and sick too. Her mother was very beautiful. She only liked going to parties and having fun. She did not want a little girl. When Mary was born, her mother gave her to an ayah, a nurse. The ayah knew she must keep Mary hidden so her mother would not be angry. So Mary was often sick and always got her own way. By the time she was 6, she was a very bossy and selfish child. English teachers came to teach her, but they all left quickly because they did not like her. Mary only learned to read because she wanted to. One very hot morning, Mary was 9 years old. She woke up feeling angry. She became even angrier when she saw a different servant by her bed. "Why did you come?" she said to the woman. "I will not let you stay." "Send my ayah to me." The woman looked scared. She said the ayah could not come. Mary got very angry and hit and kicked the woman. The woman looked more scared and said again that the ayah could not come. Something felt strange that morning. Nothing was normal. Many servants were not there. The servants Mary saw looked scared. No one would tell her anything. Her ayah did not come. Mary was left alone. She went into the garden and played under a tree. She made a pretend flower bed. She put red flowers into small piles of dirt. She felt more and more angry. She muttered bad names she would call her ayah. "Pig, pig, daughter of pigs," she said. She knew calling someone a pig was a very bad insult. Mary was still angry when she heard her mother. Her mother came out with a young man. They spoke in low, strange voices. Mary knew the young man. He was a young officer from England. Mary looked at him, but mostly she looked at her mother. Her mother was tall, thin, and pretty. She wore beautiful clothes. Her curly hair was lovely. Her clothes had a lot of lace. This morning, her mother's eyes were not laughing. They were big and scared. She looked at the young officer with fear. "Is it so very bad?" "Oh, is it?" Mary heard her mother say. "Awfully, Mrs. Lennox. You should have gone to the hills 2 weeks ago." Mary's mother twisted her hands. "Oh, I know I should," she cried. "I only stayed for that silly dinner party. What a fool I was." Just then, a loud sound of crying came from the servants' homes. Mary's mother grabbed the young man's arm. Mary shivered. The crying became louder and louder. "What is it? What is it?" Mrs. Lennox asked quickly. "Someone has died," the officer answered. "You did not say it had started with your servants." "I did not know." Mary's mother cried. "Come with me! Come with me!" She turned and ran into the house. Then terrible things happened. Mary understood what was wrong. A very bad sickness called cholera had started. People were dying very fast. Mary's ayah got sick in the night. She had just died. That was why the servants were crying. The next day, 3 more servants were dead. Others ran away, very scared. Everyone was afraid. People were dying everywhere. On the second day, Mary hid in the nursery. Everyone forgot her. No one thought about her. No one wanted her. She cried and slept for many hours. She only knew that people were sick. She heard strange and scary sounds. Once she went into the dining room. It was empty. There was food on the table, but it looked like people had left very fast. Mary ate some fruit and cookies. She was thirsty, so she drank a glass of wine. It was sweet. She did not know it was strong. Soon it made her very sleepy. She went back to her nursery and closed the door. She was scared by the sounds of crying and running feet. The wine made her so sleepy that she could not keep her eyes open. She lay on her bed and slept for a long, long time. Mary slept deeply for many hours. She did not hear the crying or people carrying things. When she woke up, she lay and looked at the wall. The house was completely quiet. She had never heard it so silent. She heard no voices, no footsteps. She wondered if everyone was well now. She wondered who would take care of her. Her Aya was dead. Maybe a new Aya would come with new stories. Mary was tired of the old ones. She did not cry for her nurse. She was not a loving child and did not care much for anyone. The noise and crying about the sickness had scared her. She was angry because no one remembered her. Everyone was too scared to think of a little girl. Mary thought if everyone was well, someone would come for her. But no one came. As she lay waiting, the house became even more silent. She heard something move on the floor. She looked down and saw a small snake. It moved along and watched her with shiny eyes. She was not scared. It was a harmless snake and seemed to want to leave the room. It went under the door. "How strange and quiet it is," she said. "It sounds as if there was no one in the house but me and the snake." Almost immediately, she heard footsteps outside, then on the veranda. They were men's footsteps. The men came into the house and spoke in low voices. No one met them. They opened doors and looked into rooms. "What sadness," she heard one man say. "That pretty, pretty woman. I think the child is gone too." "I heard there was a child, but no one ever saw her." Mary was standing in the nursery when they opened the door. She looked angry and ugly. She frowned because she was hungry and felt forgotten. The first man was a big officer. She had seen him talking to her father once. He looked tired and sad. When he saw her, he was so surprised that he jumped back. "Barney," he cried, "there's a child here, a child alone. In a place like this. Oh my, who is she?" "I am Mary Lennox," the little girl said. She stood up straight. She thought the man was rude to call her father's house a place like this. "I fell asleep when everyone had the cholera. I have just woken up." "Why does nobody come?" "It is the child no one ever saw," the man said to his friends. "She has been forgotten." "Why was I forgotten?" Mary said, stamping her foot. "Why does nobody come?" The young man named Barney looked at her very sadly. Mary thought she saw him blink his eyes to stop tears. "Poor little kid," he said. "There is nobody left to come." In this strange way, Mary learned that her father and mother were gone. They had died and were taken away in the night. The few servants who did not die had also left the house very fast. No one remembered that Missy Sahib Mary was there. That was why the house was so quiet. It was true. There was no one in the house but her and the small snake.